It takes a certain toughness to hold your yearly endurance race at Anglesey in November. Luckily, the Race of Remembrance is run by Mission Motorsport, a group who help ex-services people back into civilian life, and happen to be hard enough to go racing in 70-mile-an-hour winds, torrential rain and near freezing temperatures. If ever there was a race paddock in which not to get too punchy, this is it. It takes place on the Saturday and Sunday of the Remembrance Sunday weekend. There are 3 hours on the Saturday night to give you some nighttime scares. Then there's more the following morning, during which the race is halted for a full remembrance service in the race paddock to remember the fallen. And after that, you complete the 1,000 kilometres, or thereabouts. My teammates were 2 soldiers who've now left the army, Matt Noakes and Sam Parker, both discharged and with life stories that make very hard listening and who are new to motor racing. In fact, Sam only passed his ARDS course 3 weeks before this race. This beautiful little MX-5 was prepared in virtually no time at all by the wonderful James Webley and his team. It was a proper little racer, using a standard 1.6 litre car with race suspension and a locking differential. To make us feel even more inadequate, James would also race the car. There was some daylight qualifying and some nighttime qualifying, almost all of which was wet and cold, but it was massive fun.
This is me sitting in a Mazda MX-5 with a smile on my face. Not something I thought I would ever say. But have a look at this GoPro footage now of me driving the car earlier in qualifying in wet conditions and tell me that it doesn't look like I'm having fun, because this is a ride. My get out is that this is not a standard Mazda MX-5. It's got a locking differential and it's got some nice dampers. And of course, when you take the grip away from an MX-5, it becomes a great car. I've never denied that. But this weekend's not about my debate with the Mazda MX-5. It's about a fantastic event, so let's celebrate it. So we're bang in the middle of the night qualifying thing now. I've done a couple of laps. The lights are all good. Noakes has been in and done his bit. Sam's about to go in now and do his. Okay, the way that you do this racing thing for endurance racing is you spend as little time in the car before the race as possible. I love watching everyone else pounding out the laps, but of course you're pounding out the laps and just taking life out of the car. Do as few laps as possible before, and then obviously you have a better chance of the car surviving the race. How is the MX-5 performing? Excellently. I'm a right convert, but the reason it works for me is we've taken the grip out of the car, and I think the grippier it gets, the drier it gets, the less fun this car will be, but still, it's a magical thing.
We started in 22nd position, and after 1 hour we were up to 8th place. But then the crash bang wallop of endurance racing reared its ugly head, and we had the first of many extra stops in the pits. And if you want to see how much racing can get into your veins, watch these reactions from Matt and Sam.
This man here, Sam, passed his ARDS test 3 weeks ago, and he's just done a night stint in an MSA approved motor race. So did you enjoy it?
Mega, mate. Mega.
Let's say he wasn't quite so sure about getting in it, but he got in it, did the job, did a 59?
Yeah, 159.
It's
yeah.
pretty much just about on my pace. Absolutely.
All right, fantastic.
Remarkable.
Oh, I've got a good teacher, right?
I'm stunned. Amazing. Love it.
Oh, fantastic.
How good is it?
Amazing.
It's better than any drug you'll ever take, better than any drink.
You know what, getting shot at, ambushes, the lot. Completely different classes, however, mate, that was amazing. He's so close, it's just like, yeah, it's either going to go off or it's going to be a hero. Hero every time. Brilliant.
Right. How good is that? That is awesome. Right, so we've got a rest tonight,
Yeah.
about a couple of beers, and then we're off again 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. This is my kind of race.
How's about this for a Sunday morning restart to blow away the cobwebs? Wet, cold, but with the Irish Sea raging in the background. The service itself was one of the most poignant, emotionally charged events I've ever experienced. Brothers and sisters in arms remembering the sacrifices of their absent friends and colleagues in a race paddock with medals and heroes. After which everyone jumped back into their cars and went about racing again. It was bizarre and wonderful. Yeah, bizarrely wonderful. I still don't quite know how the little MX-5 made it to the second half of the race. It's a tough little car. We had some more knocks then, but Sam, Matt and James kept us trucking, and I just sat back in awe of who they were and what they'd achieved.
Well, I can say on behalf of the three of us, as the man that got out of the car last, that I'm very glad they've called the race early. I know we'd love to cross the line in the full time, but that last stint was nuts, so I couldn't see and the tyre wasn't working. But we finished the race.
Yeah. Well done, man.
I think a genuinely stunning achievement, chaps. I didn't think we'd get through it like that. Your stint last night was remarkable. Both of your composure has been amazing, and I'm certain that if you want to go and do more of this, it goes without saying. Your lap times were, put it this way, I didn't have the fastest lap in our car of the race. He did. He wasn't far off me either, so just stunning. And thank you very much for letting me do it. And just go and do some more, right?
Yeah, definitely. Cheers.
Well done, boys.
See you later, man.
Yeah, it's incredible to drive a car that I built. It's the first time in Mission Motorsport. It's fantastic. I just wish it was in better conditions. Made it a little difficult. Going out there, not driven the car at all, not in the wet, and to get thrown in like that was hard.
I think in the end we came 32nd, but that wasn't really the point.